I knew that for today's vlog, I will need something to eat and drink because we're about to dive in some honest stuff, okay? So on Instagram, I said, what don't you know about me? I want you to get to know me, but I mean, I'm always asking questions online just to get to know you better. It's unfair if you never ask certain questions to know me better. So we're getting into that. Oof. All right, so our first question comes in from Becky Wakache. I think I said it right. He said, what sacrifices have you made as a career woman, especially in your marriage? Very good question, Becky. Because for me, when I got into marriage, I was like, oh my God, here goes, my career has ended. I'm never going to succeed. I'm never going to become anything. And then I kept telling myself, thank God, I at least did some things for my career, because even if my career dies now, I'm okay. But I think I walked in with the wrong mentality. I feel like now, because we've sat down with my partner and said, this is what I want for my career. As your wife, I still want to succeed. I still want to do A, B, C, D. I still want to become this great person. Can you support me? And he said, yes, great. How can you support me? Because that's very important as well. Because as the wife in the home, my responsibility and role will need time. I will need to be available. And so what if my dreams need me also? What if the time clashes? Will he be able to understand that I'm not available for X amount of hours because I'm working on my dream? So it was a ton of conversations, but which turned out really well. And so I'm able to follow my dreams, like vlog, like do all sorts of women empowerment activities that I want to do, public speaking, because we've discussed it and it doesn't hinder my marriage, and so why not? So the change is that you learn to creatively now redirect your career. But if you're lucky to have a great spouse who you can discuss with, your career does not have to stop. So have I made sacrifices? Not that I know of, not yet. If anything comes up, I'll let you know. I told you that I'd be eating. Maybe I might eat between every question. This is banana cake, by the way. Between that and carrot cake or red velvet, those are my thing, and dawa tea, yeah. So next question is, how are you managing your new marriage? So in the beginning, I think I'd gone in with preconceived notions of how marriage will work, like anyone, because you have counselors, you have family members, you have friends who've been in it already who give you tons of advice when you're going into marriage. And so for me, I thought I had like notes. I was like, my friend told me not to do this. My aunties told me not to do this. And so that didn't work. I realized that you have to form your own marriage. You have to form your own little family and you know, whatever works for you every single day. And so I think I was stressed in the beginning, stressed in the fact that I wasn't managing time. I have to go to work, and by the time the day ends, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. And so I think it was just a matter of prioritizing. So now, to answer you, I am managing, because I've figured out what routine works for me, what schedule works for me, what meal plans, I've planned down to the T. So if you ask me now, marriage is blissful, I am zero stressed. If you asked me in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, what did I just get into? So yeah, I am managing, my dear friend. What do you use on your skin was the next question. Oh my God, I think I've gotten this question most of this year. I've had troubled skin for a long time because weather, what I eat. I have oily skin, so literally, no matter what I wear, it's like you poured cooking oil on my face. But I had to learn my skin. I talked to a skin specialist eventually, and they said, okay, skin is in, out. What you eat is what comes out of your skin. So you have your fries every day, your burgers and all of that, and they will show. Some people have good genes, that they'll eat what they want, they'll live life how they want, they'll never clean out their pillows, and they still look good. So you need to see a skin specialist who will tell you, ooh, okay, who will tell you you have oily skin, you have sensitive skin, you have this skin, you have that, and then they can advise what products or what lifestyle is needed to help you with those skins. So this whole thing of asking, what do you use? Let me go buy it. Where did you buy it? How much was it? Stop it, okay? But for those who want to know, I use Cetaphil for moisturizing my face and my body. And I occasionally also use Sheer Moisture, which is the black soap. If you've seen those on the market, they're black, they're fantastic. Why? Because they're all natural. I realize my skin reacts to too much stuff, too much of cream, of medicine so the more natural the cream is, the better for me. Okay, when are you conceiving? Okay. Phew, spam donors, just out here asking questions. Listen, I'm going to answer because one, I'm strong enough to take the question, and two, I asked you to ask. So when we got into marriage, my husband and I sat down as friends, as partners, and decided when would we be ready for the responsibility of a child. Okay, not our parents, not our friends, not our bankers. When would we, the two of us, be ready to have a child? I would hope that someday if you get married or if you're married that you have the privilege to choose when to have a child. Now, mind you, I'm saying this knowing that there are couples who are struggling to get children, who want to get children, are at that point but are struggling. My prayers are with you. But for those who think they have no choice, you do. Sit down, the two of you, because it's you who has to afford the child, it's you who has to nurture the child, and it's a responsibility just like marriage. So if you're not ready, you're not ready. So personally for me, I decided with my partner when we can have children. And so because he's not here, I can't really give you that information. But when we're ready, we will, we'll make sure we pray to God to make it easier. And when we get pregnant, you'll be like the fifth person to know after like our parents. How did you gain confidence in public speaking? You said that's something you don't know about me. I don't have confidence in public speaking, which might sound like a surprise, but I can speak freely because you're not here. You're literally a camera lens to me right now. But imagine if you were all here and I could see you, I'd probably cringe. Because I don't know how to explain it to you, but most people who are confident in public are not actually confident. Somehow there's part of them that is shaking, and that's me. Because I'm always thinking, oh my God, are they looking at me? Are they thinking this? Are they thinking that? But over time, I trained myself to learn how to speak to crowds. So it's in the words you use. So instead of saying, you guys, let me tell you, you say, let me tell you, so you don't have to add the other part. Why? Because if you feel like you're communicating to one person versus 100, it's always better for you. You always feel like you're just talking to one friend or one stranger. It's just one person. So the words you use help you with public speaking. That way the crowd connects with you easily because they think you're talking to them. So stop addressing people like, let me tell you guys, when you people eventually, you guys need to do this and this. See how I'm used to microphones. I'm even changing a microphone that doesn't exist. But so yeah, so try and speak like, let me tell you, when I started my life, this happened, da, da, da. So what do you think? Every time they feel like you're addressing one person, the crowd pays attention to you, and then you feel more confident that they're giving you the attention. So that's one of the tips I can give you that can help you. And then the second tip I can give you with public speaking, where I gain the confidence, it's not about me. I try not to, even when I'm speaking about my story, my life story in public or my career, I try not to make it so much about me. Yeah, blah, blah, you achieved, you're so successful. Oh my God, no, enough about you. I try to share parts of my story that can help somebody else. That way somebody doesn't think you're vain. They look at you, hear your story and go like, oh, I can relate to that. Or, nice, I can pick that lesson out of that story. So even when somebody asks you to speak about yourself, think about how your story can be valuable to them, then tell it that way. Anyway, guys, those are the things you didn't know about me that you wanted to know about me. Please leave me. I can have my tea and cake in peace and just think about how I was an only child. Jeez.